Hey, this is Juliette. Thank you so much for taking this few minutes to consider joining my brand new masterclass called Social Media by Design, where I'm going to help you use your human design when you're making decisions about your marketing strategy, specifically how to show up on social media. One of the things that you can ask me is, why human design, Juliette? The answer is pretty obvious. Personality profiling has been used for so many decades by large corporations to determine if somebody is a good fit for a job. In some scenarios, we can operate fantastically, but the other person who doesn't have our gifts and strengths in the same environment would feel lost, would feel confused, overwhelmed, and really, honestly, just suck. So it all makes perfect logical sense. However, human design, as opposed to other personality and traditional personality profiling systems, offers a much deeper and much more unique approach to you as an individual. And this is where I find other systems, they overlook this, they fail. They ask you a few questions, but you could be in a different place in your life answering questions. You could be much more disempowered, for example. That's happened to me when I took an Enneagram test once when I was applying for a job, and I was in a bad place. So my answers were dictated by where I was at that state, not where actually I am in my most natural, most at ease, and most inspired state, which determines a completely different mindset, right? Does it make sense? And so what human design does, it looks deeper. It looks into your energetics. It looks into your aura. It looks into your unique gifts that you may not be fully embodying right now, but there is this potential that is meant for you. So my goal here is not to introduce you to human design as a system. There's so much out there, and I never wanted to have this ambition to become a human design coach. But I want to give you just what you need to know when you're looking at that body graph, the chart that you will get with this masterclass as well if you haven't got one, and not get overwhelmed with all the details, but just actually look at what matters to you right now. And if you so desire, later on, you can, dive into learning about human design, get empowered on a personal level too. I am your host, Juliette Stapleton. I am a marketing specialist with an experience of over 2 decades of building visibility for brands from all walks of life. I am talking from music bands, fashion blogging that I did for myself actually in the early 2000s. I have worked with brick and mortar businesses. I have worked and built e-commerce stores. And I have pivoted then and started teaching what I know in 2017 and started my coaching online training career as an organic marketing specialist. In 2020, I came across human design, which it was like getting a permission to be you, and everything made sense. Now, I am a very left-brained, grounded and practical person. Even with anything woo-woo, I am a very, very practical, like give me the practical implementation of this. And this is why you should listen to me, because I'm going to give you what you can actually practically use. It's less philosophy, more action. And this is what I am. I have thousands of students and clients, and they're making money. I have clients from different walks of life, although with my coaching, I do focus on coaches and experts specifically, but I have some other clients with bigger businesses, and it's great to see, what do your clients make. Even though I'm not about calling out the numbers generally, I don't ever, flash my revenue or numbers. Actually, by human design, they make me stop taking action, and you can find out more. Maybe you are also that kind of non-specific goal setter yourself, but it was very impressive to see that last year my clients had raised 2 million in combined revenue in their businesses. So the stuff that I'm helping them with, even though the credit is all theirs, but it works, right? So I want to bring what I know, how I see it, how I did it, what I know doesn't work because I did it and failed, and help you design your marketing strategies, not because somebody told you this what works for me, but what works for you. Because that is the point where you're going to start making that money that will support all the desires that you've had since you started this business. I've been featured in Forbes on the topic of staying visible in uncertain times in the pandemic, actually, in 2020. I'm a contributor to Entrepreneur, Influensive, Medium, loads of online publications, and I do teach in my programs about building up that visibility that sells. And I'm a host of a Show Up, Stand Out and Visibility by Design podcasts, both podcasts that I absolutely adore. What are we going to cover inside this specific masterclass, Social Media by Design? If you're registering on this page, it's going to be your energetics, right? So your human design type, your human design energy, your human design strategy, your human design profile. How to show up on social media with these in mind, like what do they bring? Your brand voice, what are your superpowers, right? And then based on that, we will talk about the content ideas that can make your content magnetic. And while we're talking about all that, somewhere in there, we will also discuss whether you should do like a me show. Maybe that's something that actually would work for you. Or maybe it's your network that's more important to you than being in the center of that and showing up as just like, look at me, right? Everyone has their own magnetic energy like this, and it's not about learning what worked for other people. It's about determining what works for you. So that's what I want for you. If you feel like this is what you want, register today and let's get started. I'll see you inside.